All right, so I was on Instagram, but then my packages came. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about what I bought. Yes, I will be moving some of my situation downstairs because, I mean, as much as I love this, ever since whatever the fuck was supposed to be in here, thanks, Michaela, has been misplaced. As you can see, I can't, this won't stand up straight. So, yes, I do have a new microphone. Is it done? I have several new microphones because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I'm a podcaster, of course. And so, hi, how are you? So, I am going to build a little podcast studio downstairs for myself and whoever I'm going to podcast with because it is very, I wouldn't say it's like super expensive to go to a podcasting studio, but I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm just talking about the podcast studio that I am going to be building downstairs. Um, I wouldn't say that, like I said, it's like super expensive to go to a podcasting studio, but I mean, it's money. And if you know how to do it, you might as well just do it in your space. So I'm looking forward to that because I have, I guess, 4 shows I'm working on. 2 are for other networks, but 2 are, well, one's a standalone, and then, well, I guess 2 are for my network. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm looking forward to setting that up, and actually 5 shows now that I think about it. Actually, more than that. All I do is talk and do shows. So I don't know. There's a lot going on. But, I'm in a season of I'm letting all my gifts make room for me. So if that means that I'm going to be talking and showing up on people's streams and screens, then that's what I'm doing. Yes, yes, I know it's comical listening to me try to make sense of this, but okay. So I wanted to talk today about balance. And I used the thumbnail of the girl or the gymnast on the balance beam. And when I was a gymnast as a child, that was my favorite thing, was the balance beam. And it's so interesting because, like, when you are a gymnast, you make it look easy, right? But it's really not that easy. And it takes practice to become an expert at walking on the balance beam. So I thought, well, this is a really great way to talk about, hey, I'm back. Or I'm on here because I know I was on Instagram. But I felt like the balance beam was a really great way to just kind of like talk about this. And so that's what I chose. And we were talking on Instagram just about people who are exploding very easily in this time with Mars in retrograde. And I know I talk about it quite often, but I mean, y'all see me sometimes get mad too. And when I start to fuss, my communication gets very fiery because I mean, I'm human. That's kind of what happens. But it takes practice to be able to say, you know what, I'm not going to turn up right here. Even though the heat is on, I'm not going to turn up right here. Because you just never know what happens, like what can happen. Like if you get turned up too high, once again, this is what I said on Instagram, you don't know what your opponent is working with. You just don't know. So, and I was having a conversation with a friend this morning because remember I was telling y'all I had went to go get my sticker or whatever. And she was like, well, sometimes, it's not you, it's the other drivers. That's totally true. So, like, when we're driving, we drive with caution, not because we necessarily, feel like we might hit somebody, but you want to be on, I want to say on alert or driving carefully and cautiously because you can't drive for other people. They might be reckless. But that's why hey, how you doing? I know I still need to send you the list. I have it downstairs. I just looked at it. I was thinking I need to do that. But you operate with caution and keep yourself on the level or at the balance so that you are safe because you don't know what other people are doing or what they're going to come at you with. Like, it is dangerous out here, as we can see, because not everybody is operating with that same level of awareness. You know what? I don't want to hurt someone else. I don't want to get hurt today. I am going to operate with vigilance, as Cassandra has just said. So I am going to pull a few cards, talk a little bit, and then I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to go to the grocery store because I am going to make some chicken and some potatoes. And I'm just really excited. Like I said, I'm excited to be building my studio. And, I've been talking about this and wanting to do this for a long time. And I'm so grateful that I finally now have the opportunity to get this done, to do it, and to really pour my creative energy into myself and my own endeavors. Because, I spend a lot of time trying to help other people, trying to find their balance. But I got to focus on me, And people just going to have to be okay with that. And I think it's so funny that as soon as I start to focus on myself and I'm like, okay, I'm going to create this for me. I'm going to do this and I'm going to be really focused. Folks are like, I need you. I need help. Like, come on. You're going to have to be able to get to the point where you can help yourself. Because that's the thing. Like, I can keep showing up for you, but if you're not going to show up for yourself, how much of my energy are you really going to waste? And how much of my energy am I going to waste trying to help you when you're not trying to help yourself? Thank you. It is my season. I so appreciate that. You know how long I've been journeying too, don't you? Okay. So let me get into the cards. How about us? And just so you know, Michaela is expecting to sing a song with you when we come for our visit. So get your voice together. Get your me's together. Because she is going to want to sing. All right. I am calling in the support of my angels, ancestors, guides, ascended masters, my heavenly Father, my creator who lives in me. Hallelujah. Oh, I am at peace. I'm at ease. I honor and see myself. I agree to find the path, stay the course, trust the process, and enjoy the journey. Amen. 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 Thank you. Yes. Smash the like button. If you're coming in, whether you're coming in on Facebook or YouTube, make sure that you are liking. Okay. All right. So let's talk about today's energy. Let's just see what we get. No specific question. Let's see what comes up. I want to do something freaky to you. Did y'all see Diddy's new video? He used this beat. I know there was probably a wide array of people who was like, why is he using Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre's beat? That was not their beat. That was a sample. But I was wondering, not to say that once you get a little bit older, that you can't make songs about people not, being shit. Because he said, you ain't shit. But I'm like, once you get to like almost 60, like, do you still have to beef? Like, is that a thing? Like, I just really hope that once I get to like 45, 50, that I'm not like, bitch, try me, ho. Like, I want people to recognize that they can't try me when I get to that age. Like, I want it to be like, I'm not even going to step to this lady like that because I just already know I'm not going to make it. I don't want to fight with her. And that's what I was telling the people on Instagram. Like, when I start getting into it with somebody, I'm going for the jugular, but I'm not going to come at you like this. I'm going to go, bam, bitch. And it's just not necessary. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to do it that way. So please don't fuck with me, especially not right now. Especially not right now. All right, what's up for today? Okay, we got the Two of Pentacles as usual. I'm like constantly this reminder of just start small. Just start small. Just like what I was talking about with my studio. It's not going to be like, I don't know, the most robust, but it's a studio and we're going to be able to record in it and do everything we need to do. Unfuckwittable, exactly. And the King of Clubs. Sometimes I'm concerned about the King of Wands, but not because I fear wands, which is fire, but because if he is not at the balance, then it's like, imagine that power with fire, like whew, overwhelming can be. And the Jack of Hearts. So I feel like this is exactly what I was talking about. Like, even if you have the power and you know how to use it, are you able to operate with compassion in a time when people don't know how to control themselves? Because it just gets very dangerous when everybody is like, fuck it, we just gonna do whatever we want to do. I mean, there's something to be said for that kind of energy, but I would say you lose something when there are no, and I'm not looking at boundaries so much as like almost like a railing. Like if it's just like wild energy versus like, I guess, okay, so this is sort of what I'm seeing. Like, and I had a conversation with somebody a long time ago about this. When you do have a communication style that is kind of like fire, consider the dragon. Like, if I only want to burn what's directly in front of me, I'm going to target it. I'm not just going to burn down the whole forest around me because I'm like, fuck, I'm tired of this shit. Just burning everything. Like using strategy, I guess. I'm just so worried about people in this time period because it is very unstable energy that we are in. And I guess it has a purpose, because I feel like, we're Scorpio season, is transformational, transformative, whatever. But I just really hope that people are able to direct their aggression towards what is for transforming versus just like burning everything. Because I always pull this card, like I said, but people are afraid to start over and they're afraid to start small. So you gonna fuck everything up. It's like burning bridges, I guess, or burning every bit of your foundation and then being left with no resources to create new. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm kind of just on here talking. I don't really have anything specific. My card for the day was Temperance, and I'm just kind of talking about balance. I shared a little bit about learning how to use the balance beam. I was talking about my new studio. Um, and I just pulled some cards out, and now I'm just rambling. So good. Good to hear that you are at work chilling. I guess I'm going to pull a couple cards. I need to go to the gym and the grocery store. Yes, I'm excited too. I just got all my stuff. Well, one thing is missing, but I just got all my stuff from the FedEx man. And I was kind of annoyed with him because I was supposed to do a signature, which is why I've been staying home. Like I went to the courthouse all early because I was like, okay, I have to do a signature for my equipment. So I'm going to make sure that I'm there. I'm opening up the door and his ass is walking away to the neighbors. And I'm like, now this is not how it was supposed to be. Well, I'm supposed to be signing this thing. But because I know, I could easily have been like, how dare you? I didn't. I was just like, okay, dude, I'm supposed to be signing it and you're walking away. And he's like, oh, well, I just wanted to make sure that you open the door. That's still not a signature. I could have been any damn body. Like, you don't even know if I'm the person on the paperwork or not. I'm just a lady at the door. But anyway, I didn't get mad. Hey. Because, like, not even imagine, we've all been angry. All of us, every single one of us has been angry. But, like, how much energy does it take to get mad? A lot. I don't know if Okevius is still here, but I used to get mad at him quite a bit. So he knows what my fire is like. I would be like, pole thing. Pole thing. But yeah, I could have got mad at him. I didn't though. Because I mean, it was all good. But then I was like, I mean, I really could have been at the gym instead of standing here or waiting, because it wasn't like he waited until I came to the door to drop the boxes off because they were sitting out there. So I don't know. I kind of feel like he's full of bullshit because I sort of feel like he would have still left it even if I hadn't opened the door. You were still here. Do you remember that time that I got mad at you in Walmart? I still think about that because I feel so bad. I just yelled at you, poor thing. Whew. I'm healing though. I'm healing. Yeah, man. But it feels a lot better though. Like, not getting that angry. Like, your body temperature gets all high. That's how people steal your packages. I know. But like, I didn't get upset. Like I said, I just looked at him because I was thinking, why are you being so careless with my equipment? Like, because if something happened to it, he's not going to come out of his paycheck to replace my stuff. And then if he had said, oh no, somebody did sign for it because the signature is supposed to be there. So if he had just left it, careless, but it's okay. I'm so excited to get it set up and everything though. Of course I will show y'all. I love how y'all love each other, Cassie and Rachel. Y'all are so cute. Cassie the Great. She is great, isn't she? All right, what else we got? Oh, 6 of Cups in reverse. You know what? That has been coming up a lot too. I feel like too. Oh, and let me tell y'all what just happened. I was in the kitchen, and I don't know if y'all remember. I put these pictures of me and my kids on the refrigerator. And I was looking at this picture of myself, and something came up last night too that I'm going to share with y'all. But um, my back started hurting. Like, I don't know, it was weird because I was like, I started to feel like I wasn't supported sort of instantly, like my back was hurting. And I was like, that's weird because I do feel supported. Like, I don't feel overwhelmed by anything. But I remember I had just looked at this picture of myself, and I know that at that time, I didn't feel supported. And so this is what came up last night, and it aligns with the photo that I'm talking about. I was, I guess, like 12, and the meme I had shared on Facebook was like, are you okay? And it was like, no, I've been the same height since I was 12 years old. And I was like, oh my God, me too. I've been this height since I was 12 years old, but it triggered something in me that needed to be brought out, of course, which was because I was that tall and the other children were not that tall, I wanted to shrink and I wanted to hide a little bit because I didn't want to stand out in that way. And that's not helpful to somebody who's like, hey, I have equipment. I'm a podcaster. I'm in the media. I'm showing myself. So I was like, I needed to remember that because that part of myself is the part of myself that when I get out here and I'm like, okay, I'm about to show up and I'm going to come out and, put myself on the screen. That's the part of myself that also is like, no, don't, because I don't want anybody to see me. So me and her, we got to have a come to Jesus so that she is okay and feels safe being seen, right? So when we see the Six of Cups, especially in reverse, we're not allowing ourselves to lean into that freedom that just really lives there when we are young and undamaged, I guess, if that makes sense. Like the part of you that maybe like 2, 3 years old, excited about life and looking forward to the future and playing make believe and having fun and just like trusting that everything is fine, everything is good because you probably haven't been hurt yet, That's the part of yourself that you really need because it's not pained. And it's the part of yourself that's not carrying that fire that we're talking about that is out of balance right now. Yes, people are out of control at this time. No fluff and authentic, growing out loud and pretending to be perfect. Coach has helped me really calm the resistance within self, allow self to make mistakes and grow from it. I mean, that's really all you can do. And I mean, I try to be transparent with you guys and honest about the stuff that I'm going through and, how I'm still growing and shifting so that not so you can be like, oh, let me copy her, but so you can say, okay, well, it's all right to still be growing and still be also an expert at something. Because, I mean, we all have skills that we could be using right now to make money, to help somebody. But it's all in how you see yourself, because that's really what this is about. It's about your perception of you. Okay. Well, I'm alone. Ooh, the Three of Swords, just like what I was talking about. Like, it's so sad thinking about how we grow into this adult self that's like, yeah, life sucks. No, we'll never have that. Ugh, that probably won't work. Blah, 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 blah. It's the pain. But that's why I talk about the energetic body holding, and I think I was talking about that on Instagram. The energetic body holding those wounds And instead of saying, I was wounded here because I am now going to heal this. And when I remember that feeling, I will know that the person I'm talking to, and I'm talking about people like us who are empathic and we can feel other people. When you feel that wound, just like I was saying before, it's not so that I can say, ooh, let me pour some salt into that bitch. It's so I can say, this person needs help right here. I remember that pain, so I can resonate with it. But instead of healing our wounds and accepting that those things happened, we feel shame for them, or we just don't want to look at it at all. So it never gets what it needs. And when it does get plucked, that's when we explode. That's when we start to hurt other people because we're not doing our work to heal our own wounds. Like, yes, you were wounded. Yes, you were hurt. But it's not so that you can just be like, I suck and I'm going to carry this pain and this trauma with me forever and be a sucky individual and hurt other people because I'm wounded. It's, I was hurt. I'm healing. And now I can help somebody else who has a similar wound or who has done something similar and is still suffering. Like, you get wounded in order for you to heal it and then help others. That's really it. But I know that's not something that we really hear often. Yes, a wounded warrior. Do. Oh, the Seven of Cups in reverse. Yep. There's always a choice to be made when it comes to relating to others. Do you want to hurt somebody? Or do you want to help somebody? And do you want to hurt yourself? Or do you want to help yourself? Like, remember I was talking about that lady who used my phone, but she did not even say hello to the person that she was talking to. She was like, go get my phone off the bed because I need to get my whatchamacallit in it. And it was just like, I could tell that she was already right here because she was having to step out of line and she was frantic about getting her birth certificate. And I mean, being at the courthouse and getting all your paperwork together is overwhelming. But she was already right here. And like, I wanted to ask her if she was all right, but I knew she wasn't. And I also knew, and I could tell from the way that she was talking to this gentleman on the phone, that it wouldn't really matter what I said to her. She probably was not trying to hear that shit because she didn't even tell me thank you or bye when she hung up. She just hung up and walked off. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let sis make it. Because I could have easily been like, you're a rude ass bitch. But I didn't. Because what's the point of that? You know? Like, people right now are not using good sense. So if you're able to, then you should. Because not everybody is able. You know? And I know there's all this about like, like not turning the other cheek, but like sometimes it's not even just about turning the other cheek, but just about, the pros and cons of jumping into battle at that moment. Like, is it really necessary? No, it's not. Because like I said before, you don't know what the other party is really working with. Because if you haven't studied your opponent, you're not ready for war. You're not ready to go in it and fight if you haven't studied your opponent. Ooh, the Six of Swords. I like that. I like that. For me, the Six of Swords is like, I know I always talk about it, but like, you see how they're going across that body of water? It reminds me of like the river Styx. And like, you're inside the boat taking the journey somewhere dark. But you don't have to keep all of those swords with you. Like, they're weighing you down. And really, by the time you get where you're going, you need to have them discarded. Just dump it in the water. You don't need it anymore. But once again, people are so afraid to start over. And that even goes for like just their energy. Like, think about how many people have been hurt and wounded, and they're like, this is a part of me. This is who I am. It's part of my identity. My trauma is part of my identity, but does it have to be? When I meet you, do I have to know you as the sexual assault victim off the bat? I'm just like this because I was sexually assaulted. Well, a lot of us were. But that doesn't mean that that's how we have to move through life, like always on the defense because I'm a sexual assault victim. Like, as a person who has been dealing and healing that PTSD, it's hard for me to trust other people because of that. But I'll never be able to have relationships and community if I'm not able to say, not everyone is dangerous, if that makes sense. And that goes for any kind of trauma. It doesn't have to be sexual assault. It doesn't have to be sexual assault, although a lot of time it is. That's the way I feel about you. Yeah, victim mindset. I mean, and I don't know. I think I told y'all about that time I made my kids watch Roots because I felt like everybody in here was just like, one was me. Oh, you're making me clean up. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Remember our convo and awareness that people wear a badge of honor with trauma. Yeah. Like, I've been like, we have an awards or something like yearly where it's like, who has been the most traumatized? And the award for most traumatized goes to, and like, we're all going to stand up and people are going to clap and shit and be like, you better be carrying your baggage with you, girl. Wow. Like, no, not necessary. Or surviving it and rising, take back your power. Exactly. Okay. So, once again, we're in Scorpio season and we are moving into the second decan, which is like the eagle. So by the time we finish out Scorpio season, you gotta be ready to Phoenix. Okay. So like now you need to be rising above. Like, I'm rising above it. Okay. Because by the time we're done with this, because by the time I get ready for Thanksgiving and stuff, I want to be in my wisdom. I want to be in my wisdom, not in my trauma, if that makes sense. That victim mindset always blows me, but you have to let people be who they are. You're responsible for you. I'm trying to get out of survival mode as a whole. You can't expect everyone to take accountability as you would. And that's true. But I think sometimes too, Rachel, it's like when we're really sensitive, we almost expect other people to respect our sensitivity. Like, you should know better than to handle me like that because you know I'm sensitive. But that's not realistic. So like, what we have to do is create shields for ourselves. And that comes from recognizing, like you said, that everybody is not like you. So in order for you to protect yourself, that's why you heal your energy. So when you get triggered, because you're going to get triggered, especially being sensitive, everything is going to go, oh shit, I'm triggered. This bitch ought to know better than to handle me like that. But why would she know? You know, like, why would people know? They don't know because they can't see all the trauma and all of the bullshit that you're carrying that causes you to be triggered. But we expect them to like handle us with care. but we got to handle ourselves with care and love, and just give the salve to ourselves, which is the healing. Like Cassandra said, healing within itself is a journey. It is. There's so many different layers that, like, you'll be thinking, okay, I'm healed, I'm ready, it's my time. And then something's like, but also you forgot about me. I was over here. I'm still here. I'm still here. And it might be something silly, like, I'll use myself as an example. Like, I'll get really far and feel really good, and then it will be like some little bitty trauma from like when I was 6 or something. And I'm like, damn, why am I triggered by this? But all that's happening is when the trauma is taking place, there was no love in that moment. So, like, let's say you got yelled at by your parents or something for something silly. You're still holding that pain because at the moment you weren't able to tell yourself it's okay. It's okay. You're just human, and they don't know, that they're causing this lifelong trauma in you because they yelled at you for, and I'll tell y'all what it is now that I'm thinking about it. I had opened up the mayonnaise. It was a brand new jar of mayonnaise. And this is when mayonnaise still came in a glass jar. And I dropped the mayonnaise. And my dad raged on me. Rage. And my little self was just like, you are the stupidest person that has ever lived. Because look at how mad you just made your dad because you dropped this mayonnaise. And I really believed that. And my dad didn't tell me I was stupid. He didn't say, you're stupid. That was stupid. He just got mad. But as an adult, I know why he was mad, because he was in the middle of something else. And he had to stop doing what he was doing to come and clean up the mayonnaise, get the glass up. And mayonnaise is fucking greasy, oily. Like, it's a mess, right? But also, my dad was not doing any healing work for himself. So any of his triggers, if I was going to step on him on accident, he was going to explode because he wasn't doing his work. But like, I can't say, that he didn't love me just because he got angry, But it could be something like that, like something from way back. And I hate to like mention that kind of stuff to people because they're like, no, I can't think of anything. But I'm like, you're 60 years old. You can't think of any times in your life whenever you felt traumatized and there was no love there. Like, everybody has moments like these. They might not be sticking out to you like that, but also I've been doing this a long time. So whenever I feel things, like, I can remember where it came from because I'm tracing it back to the moment. Like, when was the first time I felt that feeling? And then I go there. We have to forgive our people. They're taught to eat that up and keep it moving. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he did apologize to me. Probably not. Because there was another time. I was always doing some crazy wild shit in the kitchen while my dad was trying to work. There was another time I think I had made a Kool-Aid pitcher. Ooh, this is bad. This one was probably the one that took the cake. I don't know how this happened, but I made the Kool-Aid. And then when I went to go pour it in the cup, the top of the pitcher came off and the Kool-Aid went everywhere. Oh, my poor dad. He was like, God damn, this girl. I was always doing something. But my mom told me the other day, it's because I always want to do everything by myself. So even if I had no idea how to do it, I was like, oh, I'm sure I can figure this out and then I'd be making a damn mess. Oh, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which kind of goes into what I was just saying. The Three of Pentacles is a collaborative card. So it's like, do you know how to work with others? I feel you, Cassie. We have to forgive people. But man, when I learned I was lied to all my life to shrink myself or dim my light, I was crushed. Yeah, that can be very hurtful too, Rachel, when you can realize that like you were encouraged to shrink yourself and you need to be big. So what are you doing, Rachel, to expand and to let that light shine? Besides singing This Little Light of Mine, which I hope you're doing. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, but you're still innocent though. Yeah. But I mean, I can honestly, as a parent myself now with children who be making a mess, I can understand my dad. And because I have been angry with my kids for making a mess, and I know they didn't do it on purpose. But I have been frustrated because I'm like, oh shit, now I have to stop, or now I have to clean that up, or not, because it adds to my list of things to do. So like I forgive him for that because I understand now, you know. And I think one of the reasons why I really appreciate the healing journey period is because it helped me to forgive my parents and my grandparents and other people who hurt me. Because as I was going through my own wounds, I kind of was seeing it like a file cabinet for a second, but as I was going through my own wounds, I could see those same pains in the people who hurt me. You know what I mean? Like if you grew up in a household where somebody told you to shrink or wanted you to sit down, a lot of time they do that because they want us to be safe. And even ourself will do that to us. It's for safety purposes, you know. But it's because of what may have happened to them when they were young and shining brightly, you know. The responsibility to care for your seeds outside of self is not easy. Oh no. And then most parents are not doing anything to care for themselves first, you know, because we feel guilty for like, you know, just putting ourselves first. Like, I mean, it's been a long journey for me to just be like, no, you can't come in my room while I'm in my room, you know, doing what I need to do for myself. Because them kids, and also let's not forget that them kids be trying it. And also sometimes children can be very manipulative. They have been watching you since they were born. Anytime they cried, there you were. Oh, let me go over there. I'm here. Them kids know how to press your buttons, and sometimes they do it. It just depends on what kind of kids you have, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't doing anything on purpose to like trigger my dad, but I was just being myself. But sometimes myself can be triggering. And the Queen of Cups. Our children are now creators and vocal. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Ooh, and the Tower card in reverse. So I feel like the message here is and the returning to love, returning to the freedom of your youth before you were traumatized, but learning to work and commune with others, because if you don't, you will end up alone. And I like being by myself personally, but you need others, especially in the direction that we're going, because we're moving into a time where it's going to be about community living. And whether that means like in a true material way or not, you're going to need others. So be careful not to burn them bridges, which is full circle to what we were talking about earlier. Because it can get very hectic. Like, I mean, how many times myself personally have I been like, I don't need that person? I just said that rude asshole. Did you really? Oh, my son is not feeling well. Poor baby. Oh no. He just always seems to be the one that that gets the cold. Always. He always seems to be the one, poor thing. But he also told me that he didn't want to miss school because he was concerned that his grades would fall if he was absent. And I'm like, that's so unfortunate that he feels like he can't stay home to rest because of his grades. But hell, that's the society we live in because, like, I know when I was working, I would always be like, oh my God, I can't. And I think even Elizabeth and I had a conversation about something like very similar last week where we were just talking about, it's hard to break from work when you're like, it's my responsibility to be here at work. And I guess he's feeling that same way about school. But maybe he'll eat some soup. So maybe I'll make him some soup. Maybe I won't make that chicken then if he can't eat it. And I'll just make something else for myself and Caleb. All right, let me get some peace. Whew. I feel like I need to run. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Yes. And that's what I mean too. Like, take your time before you respond to somebody or you make your next move, because it may seem like at this moment it's really important for you to get some specific point across or for you to be the winner or the person on top. But what is the long-term effect going to be? You know? I don't never know how to say this. Hereth. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. I feel like sometimes that's a thing too. Is like sometimes people who really want to get out of here but don't know how to say it, like those who are depressed, suicidal, have the hardest time managing their emotions. And I'm just speaking from personal experience because I wanted to die very much because I felt out of place or out of sorts just being in my body, period. Um, and it was hard for me to express anything, because it was like I was disconnected from myself. I was disconnected from the divine. I was disconnected from other people. And I really didn't give a damn how you felt about what I said. Because if I was angry, I want to kill you with my words. We going in. But that is not healthy. That is not healthy. All right, let me get a couple more of these and then I'm going to go. I feel like I'm going to go run because I kind of feel like I just need to run a little bit. Yes, Rachel, it's going to happen, honey. You just got to keep moving. Like, you just probably need to do some kind of specific journaling like every day. Like, even if it's just checking in with yourself. Like last night I wrote, what hurt my feelings today? Because something did hurt my feelings yesterday. And I'm starting the 30-day shedding. Yesterday I started. I tried to do that in November. And I was just like, what hurt my feelings today? And I felt overlooked and undervalued in some situation. And so I was going to act out from that, but I didn't. I was like, I don't need to respond to this. And also, the person that I felt disrespected by didn't even realize that they were brushing me aside, you know? So like I could easily have lost a relationship just because I wanted to be like, bitch, fuck you. You didn't see me. And also the thing is that like I gotta show up for myself. I can't keep expecting people to be like, let me treat her with respect if I'm not gonna treat myself with respect. You know what I'm saying? Let chance play its creative role in your life. Mosaic. You know what? I think that's coming up a lot lately too, because I feel like people, myself included, want to be so specific and so controlling about how things play out. But like, if you say, I want to do something and you just start moving in that direction, watch how it unfolds. Watch how it unfolds without you going like this to it. Because, like, imagine if you're trying to grow something and it's like supposed to be wild, but you're going like this to it and you're putting a cap on it. You're like, no, it's got to be like this. Like, what if you just step back a little bit? What if you just focus on the things that you really can control instead of trying to control things that are out of your control, you know? Mm, 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 mm. Underground young man, people make the world go round. A song. I love that song because people do make the world go round, you know? Acting crazy as hell right now, but they do. Mm-hmm. And just remembering too that, like, yeah, it's crazy right now, but that's how it's supposed to be. So, like, as we are just like, oh, maybe we can fix it, maybe we can stop this, and maybe people will pay attention. It's supposed to be like this. You know, yesterday I posted a petition for a new flood, and I was just kidding because I already know like that's not going to take place. But I also feel like everybody was like, no, it's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. And I'm like, the thing about it is, I don't think physical fire, like it's going to like everything's really going to be burnt. But what is going to destroy this is inner fire, rage of people who don't know how to control themselves. So, like, if there is a revolt or a revolution, and the people who are wildly emotional are like at the helm of it, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to destroy it. And I'm going to go in my house and I'm going to live stream. That's what's going to happen because it's as it is designed. Like, that's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be reckless. Yeah, to set up and to bash each other. It is. But okay, if you're the type of person who realizes that you don't have to assault someone else or you don't have to operate that way, think of how much power you hold by controlling your power. Like, a lot of people think that being a super aggressive or overly aggressive is power, but power is being almost immovable in situations where somebody is trying to move you. That's power. I don't like people yelling at me. I'll shut down. Yeah, I won't. Not anymore. When I was a kid, absolutely. Surrender, that's important. Just like we were talking about, just letting things unfold, like let go. It's not for us to control. So, like, the people that you're going to see who are like, everybody stop, go sit your ass down somewhere or go do something else. You know, like, let these motherfuckers tear this bitch up. That's what they're supposed to do. I don't want to get hurt and I don't want to get caught in the crossfire. This is what's supposed to happen. Oh, yeah, putting blame on yourself when it wasn't your fault, but I can understand why. Yeah. Okay, let me get one of these chocolate cards and then I'm going to go run because I feel like running. Protecting her energy. I release past pain to welcome new experiences. Hallelujah. Heart chakra. Agree. And that's just what we were talking about. Releasing past pain. Returning to that youthful exuberance. Because fuck them people. It's my time and I'm going to shine. Like, not you letting somebody who probably died already stop you from enjoying your life right now. Oh, here's another one. I release past pain to free myself. Come on. The confirmation is heavy. That's the way it was. I did not know it was love. Okay, one more. I can see through bullshit easily and without doubting myself. Come on. I like that. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. I hope y'all have an excellent day. And I can't wait to start unpacking my boxes and getting all my stuff together. And hopefully I can document some of it and share with y'all. But I probably will put it on the Muse page because Muse is producing the shows. The Divine Igniter just helps y'all learn how to get chose. Okay. I'm all rhyming. Yeah, I have too many pages. I won't say I have too many pages, but they all have a different purpose. So I try to stay on brand where I'm at. So, like I said, the Muse page will probably be showing what's in the boxes and stuff. And then we're just going to journey together to build the studio. See what I need because I might need some more stuff. I actually am going to be getting some chairs. Yes. No self-haters over here with Supremes. Yes. No self-haters. Y'all, and you just got to recognize how self-hatred presents itself because sometimes it be creeping up on you. You don't even realize that you're a self-hater. You don't even realize it. But like anytime you decide, oh, I want to go do this thing, and then you don't let yourself, why did you hate on you? Why are you booing yourself off the stage before you even get up there? You got to figure it out. And you can only find that out through shadow work. And you're only able to do, as I say, correct and effective shadow work through looking at triggers. That means not stopping yourself from feeling what you're feeling, allowing yourself to feel it. Please try not to explode on somebody else, but just check with yourself and say, why did that piss me off so bad? Because it's going to piss you off. Where did that come from? I was just getting lied to because they knew who I was. And even now I feel the jealousy or hate. Like I feel awful because I still feel like it's my fault and it's not. I mean, people gonna hate on you, honey. That's what happens. It's not your fault that other people can't process their triggers. Like that is, so maybe it was your job to trigger them. Like I said, on Halloween, I dressed as myself, the love dealer. And sometimes that self-love comes through triggering. So like if I'm triggering you, then it's probably because you don't like yourself. So, what is it about you that you don't like? And that's what I say. Sometimes the thing about you that's triggering to them isn't just, oh, I'm jealous of this person, but also I hate that in myself. And I see this person doing it and I'm ashamed of it. They should be too. Stop putting it in my face because I'm trying to hide myself from that truth, you know? Sometimes it be that too. I'm being who my family aren't brave. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't worry about that. You know, yeah, you have to be able to say that's not my problem. No, it's not easy, but it's more difficult to live a life that's restricted because you're trying to accommodate somebody else's discomfort. Like, you're the one that's inside your body uncomfortable. They over here. Let them deal with that, you know? It might sound selfish or self-serving, but I would rather myself feel good than for me to not feel good in order to make you feel good. I'm not doing that shit. That's not my responsibility. So you're just gonna have to figure out how to manage your self-hatred. Sorry. Sorry. All right. So I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna say it again. Don't be a self-hater. And y'all know how to find me if you need me. All right. Sending y'all love. Oh, she said, yes, I'm getting to that point to where I can say that, but I get sad because, like, dang, y'all are all I know. But that's what I'm saying, though, when I said, like, about people being afraid to let go of things or to do certain behaviors because they're afraid to start over or start small. Girl, you may have to build a new family. You know what I mean? Like, you might have to build a new family. Yeah, I think so too, but it's okay. Um, you might have to build a new family because the one that you have is too restrictive, you know, and that might be part of your journey for you to power up in a way that's like, I'm stronger than these old ancestral family ties that are, you know, knotted with poison. Like, you just have to decide what's more important to you. All right, I'm going to go work out now. Once again, I'll see you later. And don't be a self hater. Okay. Bye bye.